Hey everybody, I wanted to make a video and show you guys some molds, some resin molds from CandyChaosCreations. These molds can also be used for polymer clay, some chocolate work, or whatever your other preferred medium would be that calls for use of LDPE plastic molds, but mainly for resin is what I'm showing it for. Candy Chaos Creations can be found on Instagram, she can be found on Etsy, and she's got a Facebook group. I will link all of her information in the description box below. Some of these molds I have casted pieces, so I can show you how the final product would look. And some molds I don't have any pieces casted just yet, but if you follow me on Instagram, you can expect to see those upcoming. So without further ado, let's get to the first mold here. This is one of my favorite molds. It's a Trinket Box shaker mold of an iconic mouse. Here's the lid here. Cavity on the top is a decent depth for beads, glitters, if you have any of those gear parts for like steampunk pieces. Here's the bottom. And then the cavity on the bottom is really good for, I would say, some earrings, some rings, maybe if you have a couple of the fluid like tennis bracelets. No watermarks in the molds. You may see a couple of the indents from the holes from the mold maker. Those do not show up in your casted pieces, and you'll see the 3D etch lines from creating a 3D printed blank so she can make the molds. If you dome or glaze with resin, you don't need to worry about it. They disappear. See how shiny and smooth? You can see it a little bit here, but I didn't glaze or dome because I wanted my lid to sit flush. So this is how this mold would cast. I'd say for the lid it used about, maybe 1.5 ounces combined of resin, so combined with the resin and the hardener. And then the bottom I'd say was about 3 or 4 ounces combined of resin. So really sturdy, solid, thick pieces. Super cute mold, super fun mold. In keeping with the shaker theme, we have, these are mouse ears meant to be used on a headband. I'll show you the thickness here on that one. So pretty thick. And the cavity's pretty deep for a shaker. Okay, and again you have the maker lines from her 3D printed castings. And again, glazed with resin or dome, and it's not an issue. These are some test pieces for me that I wanted to play with. So don't mind the thinness and everything on there. So that's how your piece would cast. Finished product would look something similar to this, and then once you're done you just mount it to your headband. I'm trying to figure out a good sturdy method for mounting them. I've tried industrial Velcro, was not a fan of that, and hot glue I'm sure would work, but I get scared of that because hot glue peels so easily. As far as the heaviness on these, if you were to make a dry shaker, I don't think you would have any problems. I went ahead and used liquid in this one, and I domed each side, so that definitely added to the weight for a headpiece. If you got some screws, I guess is the route I'm gonna go, and screw it into your headband. It won't be an issue, and it'll, stay on your head. But again, Velcro's not working for it for the heaviness of these. But then again, these were super light when I kept them as dry shakers, and I wanted to experiment with liquid to see how heavy it would make them. So that's up to your discretion if you do dry or liquid. But these are fun molds too. So much you could do with these. Or even just half cast, don't fill the mold all the way and put in like another cabochon or something in the middle and then adhere to your headset. Super cute and flexible mold. And then in keeping again in with the shaker and mouse theme, we have a super cute mouse snow globe. Depth or thickness of that one. With the shaker cavity, I was able to get in a couple of little beads, some cake sprinkles, glitter. So here's what a casted piece would look like. This one's super cute and fun too. So many design ideas with this one. We also have the classic shaker stars. We've got two sizes here. I'm going to call this one a medium one and this one the large one. In the resin world, this is more of a medium size mold in my opinion. There's the thickness on those. And these are the sturdy, it's the thicker LDPE plastic. It's not the chintzy stuff. I don't see any weaknesses or translucent parts on these molds. Sometimes you'll see, especially with intricate designs, where the plastic looks thinner and can either get damaged with a couple of castings or could rip when you're trying to unmold a casting, but super sturdy. And for the medium star, I turned this one into a cell phone charm. It's on the larger end of a cell phone charm. But that's what a casting would look like. And then for the large star, if you're into super chunky statement keychains or super chunky statement necklaces, this would be a good size, or perhaps a room decoration, a wall hanging. But that's what that casting would look like. We have another trinket box. This is the Scream mask, or haunted mask, or horror mask. I forget the politically correct name for it. This one does have a 3D look to it. And the cavity on this one would be a good size again for some earrings, some rings, maybe some more tennis bracelets. A casting of this mold would look something similar to this. And then we have this cute orange slice, or lemon or lime, whichever way you want to go with it. Casting from this, and I painted the white. It's not quite coaster size, it's a little small for a coaster, but this would be cute for decadent, or what I plan on doing is casting a bunch more of these and then using them to embellish a wooden tray and using it as a lemonade tray for the summertime. And then we have a mouse pretzel. Don't mind that right there, that's my fault. I used my heat gun to get some bubbles out and I heated it too much. But the rest are nice and sturdy, so that was my fault. Casted piece. And if you see some texturing on here, it is not from the mold. I used, let's see if I can get in there, fake decadent, like sprinkles, fake food sweets or whatever. I was trying to imitate salt. So the texturing is not of the mold. A nice light piece. This would be cute as a brooch or a hair piece, keychain. We have the popular mermaid tail. This is a fun mold too. The scales and the folds of the fin, or lines of the fin, show up really well in your final casting. This is about, oh, I don't know, 3 inches long, 3 inches by about 1.5 inches. We have this cute mouse stocking, just in time for Christmas, since that's, what did I see at the store today? 46 days away? And again, you just see that I don't have watermarks in here, but you'll just see the maker's marks from her making a 3D print, which again goes away once you glaze or dome. Here's what a casted piece would look like. Now, if you dome or glaze correctly, which I did not, I used 2 different mediums on here and they did not play well together, but you can see where it's smooth. You can't see any of those maker's lines. But if you were to just glaze and leave it at, say, like 1 coat of glaze, see how you can pick up those maker's lines? This is cute. I plan on making one for each of my family members and hanging it from their stockings. Super, super cute. And we have a crescent moon with 2 bats. Casted piece would come out similar to this. Real crisp, real clean. I can appreciate that. Don't worry about that bubble again. I mixed 2 mediums that did not want to play well together, so that's not of the mold's fault, that's mine. Nice and light. If you use this for a pendant or a hair bow piece or anything like that, casting's real nice and light. And then we have this cute, drippy UFO. There's a thickness on it. Finished casting would look something similar to this. This one's fun. I really like that one. In keeping with the alien theme, we've got the classic alien head, popular mold. Thickness. And then again, I did the same thing. I ran my heat gun, casted this as the same one on the other mold that I showed you. I hardly use the heat gun for getting bubbles out. I'm always a lighter method, but I wanted to try the heat gun and I'm still not getting the hang of it as far as overdoing it. Here's what a casted piece would look like from the alien mold. And then into some shakers, since shaker molds are pretty popular. We have this unicorn heart. And here's what a casted piece may look like. Good size for a cell phone charm or keychain or even decadent. And we have a mirror. I always think mermaid for this for some reason, but I'm sure, you could think Beauty and the Beast or Snow White or, any other princess or whatever, but there's a decent thickness on this. And again, no watermarking, just the lines from the 3D printed blank. And then here's what a half cast, and I say half cast because I did not fill the mold all of the way. I wanted to leave it hollow. Just sand it on the back. It is versatile enough in the fact that you could pour it halfway and have a hollow casted piece, or if you pour your resin all the way to the top, you do have enough room for a backing on there. If you follow my Instagram, you'll see an example, or I'll put a picture somewhere in here. So these shaker molds, this one was easy to unmold. Some shaker molds require a little bit of manhandling or freezing the pieces to help pop them out. Very easy to pop that one out. Same with the mouse ears and any of the other shaker trinket boxes or shaker charm molds that I've shown you so far. This one was also very easy to unmold. Just a simple little heart wand. Casting from that might look similar to this. Let's see if I can show you a size comparison here. I'd say this one's about, I don't know, 3 inches again. Okay, and then a super cute star, I don't know, magical girl type wand. This one was a little bit more difficult to unmold, if anything, because of the small details we have here, like with the bow, small little spaces. And I've got big bare paws, so trying to finagle it, it was a little hard for me to grip and get it out. I wound up freezing this piece for about, I don't know, 3 or 4 minutes, which helped pop it out. Casting from that might look similar to this. And I haven't finished the sides on any of these. I typically glaze the sides. And then some molds. I don't have any casted pieces to show you guys to go with these, but again, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see them upcoming soon. We have a Christmas ornament. And another Christmas ornament. Looks like these were meant to be like picture frames. I don't know that I would use these as shakers. The indented embossed part is really rather shallow. I guess maybe if you used just glitter or maybe some micro beads as your filler, you could get away with it. And then we have another, I'm going to say Christmas ornament on this one. It's very ornate. Or I guess if you're trying to do some sort of, I don't know, mixed media, Victorian or steampunk type piece. Thickness on that. And again, real detailed. We have candy piece. That could be used as a picture. I would assume picture piece if anybody could get away with turning it into a shaker. I think it might be a little bit more difficult because this is curved and rounded if you use like the film method. But super cute. And then we have this piece. I have some steampunk pieces in mind for this one. And I can appreciate that there's already a hanger on it. I don't know about you guys, but I hate adding eye screws to pieces because I always feel like I'm going to snap that eye screw. It's happened way too many times. It kind of gives me anxiety. And then we have this piece, a mouse bush. Although to me it reminds me of the old-fashioned bubble ones. And we have a Spiderweb coaster. This is a good coaster size. Here's how thick. And again, no weak spots. Very well made. Nice and sturdy. We have a unicorn skeleton. If you guys hear some thumping in the background, forgive me, I've got a toddler on the loose. We have a cameo. That way or that way. Real detailed on the sides. Shiny, no watermarks on the cabochon part. And I can appreciate that it was molded with the cabochon on it. Cameos are one of my favorite castings to make, and it's nice not to have to cast a cabochon separately, sand it down so you can make sure that it fits within your separately casted frame appropriately. We have a Christmas Jack Skellington. Really cute, fun size if you're doing like brooches or adornments for hair bows, pendants. We have this guy, super detailed piece. You can see the lines and the features of his face. You can see some texturing around the pupils. I don't know this character's name. I know I've seen it, but it eludes me at the moment. I'm not one for the horror or the creepy cute stuff, but if you guys know who that is, tell me in the comments below. Then we just have this cute little star. I'd say it's about, I don't know, 1.5 inches, 2 inches. This would be super cute for decadent, or again, an embellishment on hair bows or a brooch. And we have this hot air balloon mold. I love this mold. It's not super thick, but it's got some really cute details to it. And again, if you follow me, I might put a picture somewhere in the frame here, but if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see a steampunk piece that I made with this. And the embossed parts, or the cavities, are deep enough so that if you put different colored resin, or if you want to paint it, your resin's not going to spread where it shouldn't be going. It'll hold your paint real well. This is a super fun mold. I really enjoy this mold. And you can see I've matted it out. I've used it quite a few times. And then the last two molds I have to show you guys are Trinket Boxes. We have the Pokeball. And again, I can appreciate with the embossing or the cavities on here, again, if you put black resin in here, it's not going to spread, so long as you don't overfill it, but it's not going to spread where it's not supposed to go. And then these are embossed on the top, so if you wanted to make the red and the white, and I think it's white in the middle, or even if you did a layer of glue and glittered it. So I can appreciate the detail in that. And the cavity size on here, again, some earrings, maybe some dangle earrings, some rings, or if you're doing, babies' memento boxes like first hair trimming or first tooth or anything like that. And then the last mold I have to show you is this cute crystal or gemstone trinket box. And again, the embossing crisp and deep enough to do a separate colored resin so it doesn't spread and go where it doesn't need to. There'll be an example of this coming up on my Instagram real soon. On the bottom. Now the cavity on this one is smaller compared to the other trinket boxes I've shown you. I would think maybe a ring or two, and mainly like stud earrings for this one. Super thick, so you're going to get a real nice sturdy hardcore casting out of this. I'm going to estimate maybe 3 ounces combined of resin. Again, combined of your resin and your hardener. Okay, so those are the molds I wanted to show you guys, showcase for you here. And again, I will leave Candy Chaos Creations information in the description box below for her Instagram, her Etsy, and her Facebook group. Give her a look over and get some molds. She's got a great selection of other really cute molds. So again, quality molds, level, sturdy, detailed. I give her a thumbs up. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video.